Hello, witches. I am High Priestess Autumn Phoenix with another generational curse that you need to break, especially if you happen to be a kitchen witch. I know that you may have heard growing up when you try to cook something in the kitchen, your parent probably said, "What's burning? What's that smell? What are you doing in there?" Don't you know that's a generational curse? Because it's making your kids grow up unable to cook for themselves because they never had the opportunity to learn when they were a child. Nothing is burning. Your child is cooking. I find that kitchen witches who say, "What's that smell? What's burning? What are you doing in there?" are actually jealous of their child because they have an interest in cooking. I find that it's rooted in jealousy that their child is a better cook than them. It is a generational curse for those of you who are kitchen witches because it makes your child grow up and not be able to feed themselves. So the only thing they can eat is fast food. And we as witches know that fast food is not food. It is junk. When you see your child cooking in the kitchen, stop saying, "What's burning?" You know for a fact that nothing is burning. It's rooted in jealousy. It's rooted in jealousy. Nothing is burning. You are just jealous that your child is a better cook than you. And instead of teaching your child the right way to cook and to season and to flavor food, you catch an attitude. You let your ego, your flesh, your anger, your jealousy, your envy take over. And then you push the child out of the kitchen. You push the child out of the kitchen instead of correcting real mistakes. I understand that the fire alarm may go off every now and then. That's normal when anybody cooks. The most famous chefs in the world has had their fire alarm go off. That's normal. But yet when a child is cooking and a fire alarm goes off, parents, especially kitchen witches, just go crazy and push them out of the kitchen instead of correcting it so that the fire alarm would not go off again. That's a generational curse for witches who are kitchen witches. Nothing is burning. You don't smell anything burning. It's your jealousy that you are smelling. There is nothing burning in the kitchen. Teach your child how to cook because when they become an adult, they will not be able to because all they heard throughout their life is what's burning. So therefore, they are not even willing to try to cook. They are not even interested in watching YouTube videos on how to cook the most basic thing. You know that there are grown people who can't even cook an egg. There are grown people who don't know how to boil water because their parents pushed them out of the kitchen, and now they have this generational curse in their bloodline of not being able to feed themselves. So this is all my experience, especially with kitchen witches. If you are a kitchen witch, you should know how to cook. As a kitchen witch, you should know better than to have destructive criticism all the time. Every time your child goes into the kitchen, you have something negative to say. Correct the behavior. Correct what's going wrong in the kitchen. Don't criticize and push the child away so that when the child becomes an adult, they have zero interest in cooking because you created this generational curse that is hard to break. It's hard to break. So I wanted to come on here and talk about this because it's a big problem among kitchen witches, and it has to stop. It has to stop with the kitchen witch, him or herself.